words per second about how they're retarded dipshits for going in. But I think it's at a certain point, I think you need to make the, if not impassioned emotional appeal, a moral stance of like, I don't believe this. I don't think this is right. I think this is wrong. Okay. I think Fuentes is that.
Okay. I
think your audience needs to hear that.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'll ask if you
Okay.
think you can do it. If you want, we can try any argument you want, and I will play any side of this, and we can do moral versus pragmatic stances, and I can show you the difference in how those conversations go. Because the ones where I stake out a moral claim are going to be fucking disastrous. The one where I fight pragmatically is going to go way better, and I can destroy them within their own framework, which is convincing to the people that are listening.
The implication is that you can make a pragmatic winning argument for an atrocity, then it's okay. And you even bit this bullet. You said it. Well, if he beats me in my arguments, I hope my audience goes and marches in the fourth rank.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that your unwillingness to appear soy is a big weakness in this, when you're going up against somebody like Fuentes. I think your audience needs to hear you say, even if I lose, that just means I lost. If I lose this argument, that's because I sucked. That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
That can be from my personal conversations with my stream, but it's not going to be when I'm arguing with someone else.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying you need to say it when you're arguing with him or as an argumentation tactic. I'm just saying broadly, it doesn't. I feel like there's a hole in your messaging around Fuentes. That's just like
my audience constantly is posting like, just so you know, this is what he said. I'm pretty sure Rose Chris literally made that doc because he's part of my audience. Like, when people like, make sure that we remember what Fuentes is, guys. Like, my audience.
Yeah, but Rose Wrist is trying to fill in for you because I believe he sees a gap in your messaging around this. I think Rose Wrist feels like you won't just say like, hey, this is wrong. I'm against this.
Because my community already knows my positions on all of these things. Nobody in my community is like, damn, is Destiny actually for like getting rid of all gay people? Or like, fuck, does Destiny actually think that like Jews are actually like controlling the fucking?
Yeah, but there's a difference between knowing what you think is right and wrong, and you actually say it.
I'm willing to say it. I'm just not going to do it on a moral way in an argument with somebody different with a difference in morals. Again, if you want, we can do a sample conversation of any topic. We can run down the difference.
No, I know you're going to win. That's the point is that you have to sacrifice some rhetorical effectiveness in the argument.
When you say sacrifice rhetorical effectiveness, you're saying you're going to have to make some Nazis to have a better moment on stream where you can look principled. I don't agree with that. That's what Hassan.
Oh, I don't agree with it. I think
that's what you're saying. No. When you're saying sacrifice rhetorical effectiveness, rhetoric is the art of persuasion. If I'm sacrificing persuasion, by definition, I'm losing some of the audience. What does it mean to be less persuasive?
No, you're not.
Okay, I don't know what you think persuasion means. What do you think persuasion means? Let's get a little more fundamental. What does it mean to be persuasive?
It's not too late. You can still power down and surrender.
Yes, in the frame, and looking at the debate from a purely logistical lens, a logical lens. Who wins the debate? Okay. Persuasiveness is you're trying to get the person you're talking to and people who are listening to agree with you.
Yes.
Okay.
So if there's 1,000 people, a 50% persuasive argument might convince 500, 55% might
I get what you're saying. But I feel like you're not.
Please, power down.
What you're convincing them to can be an emotional point, a moral point, or a logical point, or is it usually some combination of all of the above?
I can't argue somebody into a different world. That's impossible. Unless I'm having
I don't think you can argue Fuentes into a different morality.
I can't argue the audience. That is
people's morality. See, I think that you just see yourself in some way as like not like as effective as you actually are. I think you have a lot more sway over morality in your audience. Anybody who listens to you.
We just find out. I don't think.
Okay, sure, we do, but I don't think Trump is good at debating.
On these topics. topics, and they will because their audience is talking about it, will see what you're saying as leading to the destruction of society. I can give you a really good example of this. People on the far right believe in race realism. They think that differences in IQ between people can be accounted for by the races. They're familiar with people like Jordan Peterson and his speech about how in the military, they have a test. You take an IQ test, and if your IQ is below, it's either 75 or 85, you are worthless to the Army. They can't find a single job for you to do, not even one job. And this is something that we have to deal with. And they'll go, I remember that from Jordan Peterson. Then they'll say, I remember the bell curve. I remember Charles Murray. When Charles Murray's talking about the bell curve, when he's talked to Sam Harris about it, he's not talking about a hatred for black people. He's saying that if some people in society are so dumb, and if some races are so far behind, we should look at that as a moment of compassion. We need to help these people. Black people are too stupid to be engineers or scientists or blah, 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 blah. So we need to give them welfare. We need to do that, right? And now if they go to a race realist, a far-right political leader, he'll say, okay, well, we know what Jordan Peterson says to be true is true, and we know that what Charles Murray in the bell curve says to be true is true. We know that other people that have talked about this is true. Well, now we need to figure out, how do we want to build our society? Well, do we really want minorities in it that we know biologically are not only going to be a drag on our society from a welfare perspective, but they're going to be a drag on our descendants by bringing them down with their tainted genes that are going to cause them to be like less politically and less intellectually and less career and economically effective as us?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
And then you're going to go at the end, you're going to go, even if that's all true, yeah, we should accept that anger. And all of them are going to look at you now, and then you've lost. You can do what you want to do. That's fine. Your position initially. And not only have you committed yourself to that out of potential ignorance, you're saying even if you knew it led to certain self-suicide of your race, you would still commit yourself to it. That is the exact line of thinking that Nazis or neo-Nazis or alt-righters will use to fight against people that advocate for that. They'll say, "Oh, look, the white woke liberal is self-destructive."
If I had two buttons in front of me, and one said, "Kill 999 Jews," and the other said, "Kill 909." Let's say one says to kill 1,000 Jews, and one says kill 999 white people. Wait, no, I said it backwards. 1,000 white people. You get what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care about the existence of my race. If I had to choose between killing 999 Jews and killing 1,000 white people, I would kill Jews.
There are some people that really do care about the existence of their race.
I know.
I want to be able to talk to those people.
That's fine, but you're bouncing all over the fucking place, man.
I'm not.
Everything you're saying is changing the subject. I'm saying I think there is a place for moralizing and having a moral stance in these conversations, and you're just trying to come up with something to confuse me. You're like, whoa, the MS-13 baseball bat thing, where the fuck did that conversation go? Just like went out the window.
The point of
Let's go back to it.
Okay,
yes,
sure. Let's go back to it. The point of the conversation
okay.
was, let's say there's a group of politicians that are funded by Jewish money, and the goal of those politicians is to make it so that more people come into the country that are non-white, and the express purpose of bringing them to the country is, one, to change the electorate, or two, to increase the crime rates, or three, to increase the multicultural birth rates, such that white people are eliminated by either, one, losing their voice in the electorate, two, getting murdered by some of the people coming into the country because minorities might commit higher crime rates, or three, getting bred out of being pure white because white birth rates are down and interracial birth rates are up. If that's the case, and all of that is being led by Jewish money, and that was all the fact of the matter, then to go around and say, well, I'm principally opposed to being a Nazi, blah, blah, blah. No, of course, at that point, any reasonable person is going to go, holy shit, I need to fucking revolt. I got to do something. I got to fucking do some shit. Because my fucking entire race is being fucking destroyed by, like, a higher fucking movement. That's why I'm saying you can't say, well, logically, no matter what the case is, I'm morally, principally convicted with these positions. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I got to tell you, okay,
Sorry, okay, go ahead. That's why I brought up the MS-13 thing.
There's a difference. Okay, there's a difference. I don't think you need to revolt if you find out that people are conspiring against you. Can't you just vote them out of office? Or you're saying that
well, a Nazi wouldn't believe that. They would say, yeah, they would say democracy is dead because it's corporate owned. Fuentes says things like the defense contractors own it, or big business, or lobbyists, or whatever own it. That's part of their belief system that has to be attacked.
I agree that has to be attacked. I'm not saying you shouldn't make logical arguments.
Okay. But I'm saying that I'll never make a moral argument.
You keep strawmanning me and saying that I'm saying you shouldn't do what you're doing.
I'm not strawmanning. I understand you're saying that. I'm saying I never want to make a moral argument to another person.
I know, but you have not provided an explanation for that. By saying I want to make logical arguments, you're not providing an explanation for why you wouldn't also make a moral argument.
Because anytime I make the moral argument, I'm disconnecting some huge chunk of their audience.
Okay.
And I'm not losing any of my audience by only fighting on the pragmatic level.
I think you are.
Okay. If I got emails from people and they're like, Destiny, you didn't say any more.
I think you're both losing your audience, and I think your audience is drifting.
Okay. Not only do I disagree, there's no proof that you can give me of this, and I see plenty of proof to the contrary. So yeah, I don't know. Like, the only time I lose members in my audience is when I make a legitimate misstep. Those are where I see audience members lose. So if I conduct myself in a poor manner.
It's tautological. I'm saying I think you made a misstep.
No, when my missteps are things of like accusing Demon Mama of posting her own 4chan thread, or making derogatory statements towards suicidal people on fucking Twitter. Those are the times I'm losing. It's not because somebody's like, I saw him, but like,
yeah, but this is exactly why you end up doing shit like that.
No, I do shit like that because I hate people on the internet. I lose myself sometimes. I go.
I know that, but part of the problem is that there isn't like a moral. You're unwilling to moralize, and in fact, you're willing to take immoral stances just because of how angry you are. At people
None of
telling
those
you
are.
you
That's
should
not
take moral
me. No,
stances.
that's not me taking an immoral stance. That's me making a stupid mistake, and I know I shouldn't. Just because you make a mistake doesn't mean you take
this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You're willing to say it was stupid, but you're not willing to say it was wrong.
It was wrong. I'm saying it is wrong. But I'm
it's
saying
immoral. It's immoral.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. We're getting into a weird semantic thing. When you said you're willing to take an immoral stance, what I'm hearing is you saying you're willing to bend your morality. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm doing things that are wrong, that I shouldn't be doing. That's what I mean. I think we agree on that. You just used an expression, and I thought you were saying that I'm changing my morality. I'm not changing my morality. I'm actually doing something that's
No,
immoral.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
You're doing something that you think is wrong.
Yeah, it was wrong, yes.
I'm saying the reason that you can be provoked into doing something that you think is wrong is partly because you don't want to take a moral stance. I think this opens you up to like when you said mowing down dipshit protesters, that thing.
I don't
Obviously-
disagree with the statement. I just worded it wrong at the end. I should have said rioters at the end instead of protesters who want to set buildings on fire. I should have just said rioters.
You worded it morally wrong.
No, I stand by that statement 100%. Every single part of it. What part of it do you think I morally disagree with?
I think it's immoral to say that you wish for violence against rioters or death. You wish death upon rioters until they stop rioting.
If we
If you
define
believe that, then why wouldn't you just say the police should just shoot them all?
because I don't know if the police have the ammunition. Okay. What I'm saying is that if people
That's not a real answer. Actually, if it's okay to shoot rioters to stop the rioting, then why wouldn't you want the police to shoot them?
if the police can
Oh,
do it,
how
the
is this
police
not
should
like
do
a
it.
staccato?
If the police can do it, the police should do it. Then sure, fine, sure. But
Okay, so you think the police should
realistically-
shoot rioters?
No, I don't think that. The thing is, I don't think pragmatically the police should go around shooting everybody who's fucking rioting.
Pragmatically, exactly, but you're unwilling to say, I think it would be morally wrong for the police to shoot rioters. You like have an aversion to saying it.
Because it's a
And
different.
but I know you, and I love
I'll be
you.
right
When I
back.
say I
Let me know
love
when you're
you,
done.
I
Okay,
know
anything?
in my heart of hearts, I know in my heart of hearts, guys, I know that Steven does not believe. he's bitten a few bullets in this conversation that while he's gone, I'm going to do a little dentistry and kind of just remove them from his mouth. Destiny wait, am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay. Destiny does not believe that the police should shoot rioters. Destiny doesn't believe that. He doesn't mean that, guys. Destiny thinks that it would be wrong for the police to shoot rioters.
The police showing up and shooting rioters is different than people defending their communities. It's a fundamentally different thing.
It would be wrong for the police to shoot rioters.
It's complicated. I don't know the answer to that. That's a very difficult question. You can laugh if you want, but the reason why now I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk about riots and the police and the difficulties thereof, because you know what? People on the far right and people on the far left and people in the center have no fucking idea how fucking complicated it is to deal with riots. They're very hard to deal with, okay? The problem is when you have riots is that you have a limited number. Where's Mad Tips at? Where's my fucking Portland dude? The problem when you have riots is that you have a fuck ton of people that are all breaking the law, and you don't have the manpower to, one, arrest them all, and to, two, control them in a way that doesn't escalate violence. There is no easy way to deal with riots. That's why they shoot tear gas. That's why some people get killed. That's why some people bring
I get what riot. I know why.
So don't ask me like, oh, well, what is the simple answer that a fucking police officer should have a better right? Riots are one of the most difficult fucking things in the fucking world to control. So no, I don't have a clear answer. When you go, well, look at that, Destiny, I got you because you don't have a fucking crystal clear answer on how the fuck
That's
you would
not
deal
what
with
I'm
riots.
saying. I'm saying you said the police should shoot them.
No, the
You
police
don't
probably
actually
shouldn't
think
shoot
that.
them. But
Right, because that would be wrong.
Probably
dude.
no.
You know that would be.
It would. It's
no. It wouldn't be wrong. It would be illogical.
no. It's complicated.
So if somebody like kills somebody you love, are you gonna be like, this doesn't make any sense for you to do that? Or are you gonna be like, hey, that hurts me and I was wrong?
We're not
I
talking about
wish you
who's
hadn't done that 'cause
hurt, but I'm saying that communities have a right to defend themselves with violence. Do police have the right to defend communities with violence? I don't know. It's a more complicated question.
They already have that right, but they don't have the right to defend them with death unless they believe.
In the United States, we do. God bless. We absolutely do. In the United States, we have the right to defend our property.
Well, the police do not have the right to defend your property. With
Police
violence.
might not. I don't know.
Right.
That's why it's a more complicated.
They can't shoot somebody for trying to steal your car. They arrest them if they think that you're in immediate danger or they're in immediate danger. Then they can shoot them. I think the law on this is pretty established and it's pretty good.
Okay, then police don't have the right, but people in the community do.
But this law is founded on both a logical and a moral core.
What do you mean by that? Police are fundamentally different than the citizens that own the property.
Police are fundamentally, yes. I'm just saying that you're unwilling to take the soy stance of ever saying it would be wrong for the police to shoot these people.
No, I can probably take that. So I think
Yo, do we have the same chair?
I hope so. It's probably wrong for the police to shoot rioters. Probably, unless they're like doing something that's actually like.
We have the same chair. Maybe I am like you. Apparently in fucking one very important way. Oh god.
I got the same chair too. Just throw that up there.
Really?
Yeah, and I had it before both of you. So.
You really?
Yeah.
Wait, when did you get yours?
2012.
Yeah, that was before me. You have this is interesting. I assume that you see some of my side on this, but you also have a similar aversion to appearing soy, or I think you do.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the subject to comment, so I'm just gonna kind of not get involved for a few reasons. But you do you, man. I'm excited for you.
What do you think of the meta conversation?
What's that?
Do you think I'm being rhetorically ineffective, shouting over Steven? Do you think I'm doing the things that you said I was doing yesterday?
Do I think that you're doing this? I mean, I don't fucking know, man. Arguing with Steve is not like, what is this fucking standing shit right now between you two cringe fucks?
Well, my back hurts, and
You started standing, so I
know.
figured we were just.
I have to stand. My physical therapist told me not to stand or sit for extended periods of time. I've started to have to set up 2 cameras, and I just switch back and forth between them.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. It's not a power play.
It fucking seems like a power play, I'm being honest with you.
Okay, well,
We'll see. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Whoever sits down first is the fucking beta bitch.
Okay.
That's for fucking facts. And if you leave the conversation, like, I'm just saying, okay? Whoever sits down first, don't even fucking say my name again. So we'll see who really actually can.
Dan.
Well, there you go. You won, Steve. Congrats.
Oh, God. Yeah, I have a disc problem.
Have you tried moralizing?
Yes. Believe me. There's some things it doesn't work for. Nazis and bulging discs.
Okay. Are we at rock bottom yet?
You said you won't say it's wrong for the police to shoot protesters. You still want to bite that bullet? I feel like you're biting. I feel like,
No,
I feel like
I
you're
already
biting.
said
I feel
it-
guilty. I feel guilty about the bullets you're biting.
No, I said that it's probably different. I
Yeah, but you won't say it's wrong. Is it wrong for the
it's-
police to shoot rioters?
what do you mean by rioter? You're gonna have to give me more.
See, you won't.
Because
you're
of
biting so
okay.
many bullets. I'm worried. I'm literally worried about it.
Like, okay, I understand more why you get upset by my take on language. It's because I think you're the one that thrives in the ambiguous language environment. I think that you have an inability sometimes to grapple concretely with these concepts, and I think that you actually flourish in the areas where there is the maximum amount of ambiguity. It allows you to ask really strong questions,
Like a
and every single answer to you is like a choose-your-own-adventure book where you get to turn the next page to whatever chapter you want and go down whatever road you want because you're unwilling to commit yourself to a concrete position. So when you ask me, can you shoot rioters? Well, a rioter in one sense could be defined as a person that's outside at night at 10:01 p.m., 1 minute past curfew, or it could be a dude that's trying to set a building on fire with a family inside. And you ask me, is it okay to shoot either one of those people? What a stupid language game to play. How the fuck could I ever answer that question if you're not willing to provide a little bit more clarity about what you mean by a rioter? But you don't want to provide the clarity because you want to prove the point that, well, actually, when I use this definition in this way, I can make this as favorable as I want to, and that's what you want to do instead of actually answering the question of what is a rioter, and then you could give me a simple answer, and then I can give you a simple response. You're unwilling to do that. Instead, you laugh like the Giga Chad, and you say, ha 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 ha, I knew you wouldn't answer this. I win the debate.
Can I respond?
Yeah, of course.
You're straw man. This is bullshit.
Why can't you just answer what is a rioter?
I want to respond. You said dipshit protesters, and then you said I wish I'd said rioters.
Yes. Because I said protesters that are setting.
No, let me
buildings on
finish. Let me fucking.
Well, you didn't
let
finish
me
my quote. You didn't
Let
finish
me
my
finish.
quote, so yeah.
No, if you. Okay. You said you wish you'd said rioters instead. So we started using the word rioter in this conversation. And now over through. Now I guess you're saying that it's confusing. You don't know what I mean by the word rioter. You think that you're unwilling to say it's wrong for the police to shoot rioters because you're pretending. Yeah, you're pretending to think that maybe I'm asking you. Do you think it's okay for the police to shoot anybody who's outside at 10:01? No, you don't think I'm asking that. You're pretending to think.
Rioters is
that I'm
standing
asking
here
you.
for me.
No, let me finish. Let me fucking finish. You're pretending to think that I'm asking you, do you think it's wrong to shoot a rioter who is about to kill a family?
You guys know what time it is, right?
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking whatever the fuck you meant by rioter. I think we both have the same images. People burning down buildings, throwing shit through windows, flipping over cars, punching each other in the face, rioting. Now, I assume when you say, it might be okay for the police to shoot rioters, or when you're talking about mowing down dipshit protester or rioters, I assume you were not talking about people who it's legal for the police to shoot or for other people to shoot in any circumstance, right? So
When
the
you
only possible thing
use
could have
riot.
meant-
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
No,
I
go
thought when
ahead.
you said riot, it was like 'cause there's usually a question mark inflection up in voice. I thought I could get to respond, but that was just a rhetorical strategy.
No.
You want to keep going? Okay. It is a subject of debate of whether or not people should be allowed to defend their property with lethal force. That was a big contention around the Rittenhouse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I think that communities have a right, if they want to roll out whatever fucking militias they want, and they want to defend their properties by killing people that are rioting, that are protesters, that are burning down buildings past 10 p.m., I think is what I said. So people engaged in arson, I think that the community should have the right to do that. That's what I said. So when you say, well, would I really ask you if it's okay to kill people that the cops could already kill? Well, I don't know. That was